gotta make that video and put all y'all on it.
Well, first of all, you want to talk about the disrespect. We had you guys pencil in at 5 o'clock.
We were on black people time.
That's all. You got to give us a pass.
I was wondering where that was going.
Fair response.
Yeah, that's better. That is better than 90% of the excuses I get around here.
I got to be straight with you, Dave. We were on black people time.
As you know, we are on Black People Time, and it's your boy, Lava looking cute, looking clean, looking sexy. Of course, y'all see the barcode right there. By the way, there will be 2 barcodes, one for the people on Facebook. If you want to do a tip or something, just hit that barcode and send a tip to help the network. If you're on YouTube, of course, you know what you can do. You can always just go down below and hit that super chat if you want to support us. Or you can hit the tip. That we get more from this to tip. So if y'all want to support us that way, I know super chat is much easier, but you do that. And the biggest way to help us, but you don't have to really spend money. But if you enjoy the content, make sure you like and subscribe.
All that jazz.
We late, so I had to do it. Even though I don't know what it is, I think it's Restream fault. And Tori can get in. So
I have to say, they just wouldn't let me in the door.
Well, on my end, even if I recorded it, it just wouldn't show up. But yeah, so of course I'm joined with Casual Conversation every Wednesday. I'm joined by Afro Coming 765.
You already know. Local neighborhood scumbag. Here to give the folks their daily dose of dirtbag. Same gimmick, different day. And the streets are screaming, free Andrew Tate. He was framed. It was all a setup.
Yeah, I do want to talk about that. I want to talk about Andrew Tate. Why? Because I'm gonna give him a first shake. They said there is a report coming out that he was framed and they found a leaked WhatsApp video. Now, to give him credit, it could be real. And also it could not be real. I think at this point what people
I've seen a lot of people talking about the difference in the time stamps on some of the conversations in question. I've heard all kinds of crazy stuff as far as people saying that changed because of the way they downloaded it. It was in one time or another. But I mean, if this is actual evidence, regardless of how the timestamps are, if this is legitimately what those women said, this looks kind of crazy.
I want to preface this. If they did set him up the entire time just to get him in a case, they should be arrested because that is trying to get.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But how they got it, and the site is very shaky. I don't know if you can trust that. And by the way, I want to also put this out. I have never seen such perfect written statements toward each other in my life. It's like if I were writing a book and how I would describe how.
Yeah, it's definitely the conversation chapter from a book. Like,
I've never seen nobody text that perfectly in my road to make it a point. That
like the punctuation was wildly good.
Like we are point on point telling you straight up that we are to blame him. We are going to set him up. That is like if I were writing a book, I would write it directly like they worded it. Like I have never seen anybody text on WhatsApp or any app ever that perfectly in the DM to somebody else. That is
unless they're old people, and they're not.
That's what I'm saying.
Old people use perfect grammar when texting. Like my mom has every apostrophe, period, all the grammar is.
I'm like, it's like somebody wrote this in a book. So I do have my hesitation to believe, but we all know it's the truth is, Tori. If the people that want him free are going to all of a sudden automatically believe this, right?
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
And the people who don't want him free are going to be skeptical. And the thing is also, if something goes negative against him, the people who want him in jail will automatically believe it. And the people who will automatically refute it.
If we put out a hit piece right now saying Andrew Tate went around and freaking adopted local animals from animal shelters just to abuse them, the Tate haters would latch onto that and it would be all over the place. Now that's not the case, thankfully, because there's no redeemable qualities for anyone that would commit any of the crimes he's accused of or hurt animals.
And if we said the opposite, he took care of a bunch of animals, and all the Tate people like, look how amazing Andrew Tate was.
Hey, did you see that tweet? Did you see that tweet where he said he was ready for their assassins in jail, and he'd be ready to greet them in Mortal Kombat in his cell when they came? I was like, this is wild. You think it's his Grand Wizard you think the Grand Wizard of the War Room that's tweeting for him?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I saw Andrew Tate do kickboxing at the high level. I think the Assassins got him though.
They might
I'm
get it.
just, I'm just saying.
The few
He
knockouts
is not as good as he think he
I've
is.
seen a couple knockouts from Andrew Tate, but they both sort of look like, and I know there's no such thing as lucky in fighting, but if you were gonna say that it was a lucky punch, because one of the knockouts I saw, that nigga was on the back pedal and just happened to get a good fucking high kick out there and put the nigga down.
I'm not saying he's not a decent kickboxer. I'm just saying if you have a true trained assassin, I think you
Yeah.
got him.
Yeah, if Dracula shows up, since he is in Romania in jail, you never know. Wallachia could be a skip and a throw away. If Dracula shows up for old Andrew, I think he's got.
He not beating Khabib in them high level UFC fighters.
I only made that reference. I rewatched Castlevania on Netflix for some reason. I got really stoned and ended up binge watching Castlevania a couple days ago.
By the way, my stance on this case is the same. I'm gonna let it play out. America, by the way, I am gonna say this: America has no interest in Andrew Tate. They are not setting him up.
They're not saving. He's not an American citizen.
Oh, and they're not setting him up either. I can tell you that most Americans don't care. Yeah. They don't care either way about Andrew Tate. He doesn't check the two boxes that me working somewhat with the government can tell you truth. Unless he checked two boxes, which is hurting money, which by the way, Kick might be in trouble with Aiden Ross and them watching Super Bowl. If he hurt a bunch of billionaire pockets, they could be in trouble. We're talking about the little Caribbean country don't care about American law. If enough rich people go to Congress and say, listen, we ain't gonna pay y'all unless y'all take care of this, they're gonna make a call to the leader of that country. And I guarantee you they care about American law. Only like China.
International lawsuits are a thing, people, just so you know. Like
and plus, if y'all don't know, and you don't know about your country history, because America, ask what happened to Guatemala when they didn't do something America like. Countries go down. They don't have to attack you. You would just drown and not get any resources.
One good American embargo is all she wrote for most countries.
Yeah, that's all, besides China and Russia. And Russia is hurting because America.
And they still don't want it in a fight, though. Put that on record. None of these places still want it in a fight with America.
That's what I'm saying. And so you think a little bitty country, just because state got $1 billion, is going to disobey American ass?
Where there's trillions of dollars in play throughout the government. Come on, bro.
I just want y'all to be honest. And like I said, and that's for Kick. But Andrew
as soon as enough NFL owners make a phone call to somebody at some network, it's done.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes is on the American watch list because he does the second thing, which is he makes America look bad. Two things America cares about.
That he does.
Money and America.
Yeah, money and its image.
Yes, they don't care about nothing else. Andrew Tate has done nothing to hurt American image or their money. They do not care. Nick Fuentes hurts their image. How does Nick Fuentes hurt the image? He brings in race realism. When Dr. Umar or somebody else brings up race realism, most countries in the world don't see black people as a true American people. I hate to break out feelings. So if a black man does it, that's the African American.
It's one thing if a black person is talking about critical race theory. If a white guy starts talking about critical race theory, it's something completely different.
Well, race realism, but that's a difference. I just want to make sure that
I know there's a difference, but I just remember they had a big problem when he had the critical race theory conversation. That's when niggas was like, but no, like you said, it's really as simple as that. It's like if you hurt the image, if you hurt the money, we're gonna deal with you in some way, shape, or form.
And y'all were talking about Edward Snowden. Edward Snowden was snitching on rich people. Andrew Tate has not done that. I'm sorry, he is not on that list of people that America will care about.
I don't know.
And he sounds British.
If we,
so I think
is he a dual citizen though? Because I thought his dad was an American citizen and his mother was
Chicago. His mother was British and he talks British. So, but that's image.
His dad was actually a really good chess player though. I did look at that. That nigga was a grandmaster. He was one of the niggas that they used to hire at events.
When I say image, I'm talking about like. He sounds British.
I'm aware.
He sounds British.
I get that. We're talking about the optics. I know.
He sounds British, and he doesn't really affect the thought process.
Well, no, I'm just saying, if he was innocent and they treated him like an American citizen, he might get some help. But I don't know if they see him that way. So.
Yeah, it's just I don't think they don't care either way. Andrew Tate doing whatever he do. Some man running casinos overseas.
I don't know if any random politician felt like that they could mobilize and use the Andrew Tate sphere. I think they would.
I don't. I think they
Hey,
use it as
Donald Trump runs with Andrew Tate as his running mate. He still won't win, but that'd be the funniest ticket ever.
yeah. That is true. That would be a hilarious thing.
That would be Donald Trump with Andrew Tate as his vice president. Nigga, that's wild.
I'm gonna tell you the honest God truth. They might get so mad at each other though because their egos so big.
That would be, hey, Andrew Tate versus Donald Trump getting a fist fight, Trump rally. That'd be wild. You get to see all the Tate incels go against the Trumpers.
Old people versus all the young 50-year-olds.
As I'm saying, bunch of preteens versus a bunch of geriatrics just throwing down at a fucking random school gym in Wyoming or some shit.
Y'all start working out for the old people who just got like guns.
Oh yeah, those poor kids are getting shot down.
Like,
sorry, YouTube. We don't actually. This is all hypothetical. I'm sure the Andrew Tate fans that show up at the rally will be over the age of 18, hopefully.
Top G.
I mean,
they don't own Bugattis. Trump don't own a Bugatti.
The niggas that showed up for the war room, the niggas that paid $5,000 to get flown to Europe to get beat up by professional fighters, they could show up. That's a wild, bruh. How would you feel, man? You pay $5,000. You think you're going to the war room. You're going to meet Andrew Tate, get all these connections. And then you find out, yeah, you get to meet Andrew Tate, but he wants you to fight a professional MMA fighter on Romanian TV, public access TV. You just paid $5,000 to fly across the world and get your ass whooped. And then there were some niggas who didn't even fight. And then he made them niggas just sit and stare at a wall while the other guys fought. So they spent $5,000 to get a stare at a wall. But the footage that we did see after the fighting was over, there was a slew of Romanian working women that came into the house afterwards. So, I mean, unless the niggas that didn't fight didn't get no ass, and then that's crazy. You paid $5,000 to get flown to Romania to stare at a goddamn wall and sleep in Andrew Tate's guest house with 30 other niggas.
Yeah. My Andrew Tate video, by the way, don't have nothing to do with this case because I don't know nothing about this case.
I know something. Hey, I know.
I'm just talking about in general about the real actor case, not just the things he said. I know.
And that's the thing. The transcript that they're talking about, that we're actually seeing, the alleged transcript, it's already been. We already knew that was there because of the documentary. They talked to it. They actually talked to the girls that are accused of making this up. So we get to see. So who knows if it's real, if those are the real transcripts or not. But we do know that the girls did have a conversation, and that was why it got thrown out in Britain. That's why he wasn't charged in British for the essay allegations that he got, because they threw it out over a WhatsApp conversation that the two girls had.
Listen, all I know is he allegedly texted some young girl's daughter. I mean, some politician's daughter.
Yeah, that's another one.
By the way, I don't know why y'all so.
If he's texting a 16-year-old Romanian whatever government worker's daughter, that's crazy.
By the way, y'all so quick to believe everything.
Yeah,
bro. I just seen Joe Rogan get deep faked into saying something he never said.
Bruh, never forget. On top of that, the deep fakes are getting crazy. The deep fakes are getting real crazy.
So we can be canceled for something we never did, and we
bruh. They take the AI, they take the AI version of your voice, put the deep fake face over the AI voice, it's done.
Tori, which wild stuff you said they already got content for you.
They don't even need to. They can just let me chill. I'll say something else problematic. Give us some time. I'm a scumbag.
They gonna say something wild that you disagree with.
Oh damn! It had to be something. Damn, they can say some crazy shit.
Like they just start clipping certain words you say.
Yeah, let's say if they just clip certain. If they compile just any any hot button words that I say, there could be some real problematic sentences formed.
We get canceled for something we didn't say. That is getting scary though.
Yeah,
Joe
that
Rogan
is
literally
crazy.
never endorsed his
I'd be like,
product.
damn, could I just get the deep fake corn? I don't need no. I'll take the deep fake corn. You can put my face on some random body getting waxed in some. Like, I'd rather that. I don't need no deep fake combos. Because that Joe Rogan shit, if you didn't know,
That's scary.
like, bruh, because it looks so natural to us, unless you know what. Because we know what these AIs and deep fakes. We see the little telltale sign, especially where we put this
If they
big
smooth them out, Tori, if they smooth them out, that's good.
Yeah. As soon as
It's
they
only
fix,
a little bit.
if they
It's
fix
just
the
a little
fingers
bit.
and they get the words matched up perfectly, they get that audio visual input that we need, it's done. They're tricking niggas.
That's what I'm saying. That is actually scary, man. I was like, oh
Bruh.
man.
How
And then,
long
so
till
y'all
that
want
shit?
me to believe? Y'all
How
want me
long
to
till that
believe
shit
words
starts
from
some
this?
international? What happens when you get some random hacker that takes the president and deep fakes a declaration of war to some random country and it just goes out over the internet live?
This gets scary. They might need to.
Yeah.
There,
I was gonna say I don't even know how do you regulate that. Like the internet has proved, if anything, it is one of the hardest things to regulate in modern times.
we seen that with Twitter with the Twitter files when everybody seemed like
Yep.
they confused on how to do handle stuff. That everybody get upset. This is wild. Oh, now we get to something else juicy, Tori. I've seen the love Destiny begin from black women. They calling him on TikTok. I see it.
I wasn't
They
aware of
called
this
him
until you brought it to my attention.
Tori. It's like TikTok. It's like TikToks where he just going at Manosphere dude, and all the black women in the comments call him
Damn! So
Zaddy.
Destiny picking up the black female favor off of random clips of him going to war with the Manosphere.
They called him Zaddy, Tori.
That's wild.
It's Zaddy. I'm
And
like,
he
what?
got the blue hair.
It's
And
blue
look,
haired Zaddy.
they find out he's in an open relationship with his old lady. They're like, dang, I could still be knocking my side nigga down and getting the Destiny dick. That's crazy.
What's that girl that be with him? She said she could hook up her friend with him for $500. The
Yeah,
trigger,
bruh.
the black
Do
conservative one.
you think Pot Lord?
Tree Logic. Ain't that her
Are
name?
you ready to see Pot Lord versus Destiny?
You know Disney ain't fighting.
Did you see that video of Pot Lord from the Reddit? That video of Pot Lord pushing his wife, like he shoved the shit out of her. I think he was kind of hammered. It's a super short clip. So I'd want to see the whole context. When I saw it floating around the subreddit, I was like, oh no, because it looks horrible. And he even looks like he looks at the camera after he does it, and it's that look of a face when a nigga knows he fucked up. It's just that look. I was like, oh damn.
What's her name? Tree of Logic. That's her name. Tree of Logic. She reported the story that she like he my friend. And Disney like I'll do it. Y'all gotta pay me though.
Most definitely get the money.
She's like I can hook you up with him for $5. I'm like but I do want to talk to why I feel like this. Why they feel like that. Because once I look at these clips, and even when I watch the whole debate, Destiny with blue hair and being bisexual seems way more manly than all these men he's talking.
Yeah, bro. Because, bro, it's the confidence. You know he's not capping for the camera. You know he's not worried about what these other niggas are saying. There's a certain I don't know what a certain aura that comes when chicks recognize that a nigga really he's like actually comfortable with himself. It's not a bunch of like posturing and pandering and trying to be the alphaest nigga, the most diesel nigga in the room. You can just sort of, nigga, if we can just have a conversation and fucking, I'm just standing on what I'm standing on, regardless of how you think or feel, and still making a competent argument. I mean,
like these
Destiny
dudes,
got the juice.
And it look like they cry all the time. Like he's like, it doesn't matter.
If he hits
crying?
if he hits OnlyFans with the goddamn with the black girl and his wife, Destiny and the OnlyFans threesome with the guy, they make the reverse Oreo nigga. Him and his white old lady got the chocolate. Man, Black Twitter gonna go crazy. That's gonna be heavy. They're gonna be like, how's this white man and his old lady taking advantage of this young chocolate sister? Be wild.
Is he that? Did Destiny do that? I'm new to Destiny, Tori. Is that what he did?
Huh?
Is it what on the screen? Is that what he did? I'm new to Disney.
Oh. Destiny has definitely said some racial slurs in Discord before, I do believe. I don't remember them offhand, but I definitely remember because when him and Hassan had wars first started, I remember that shit getting brought up. But, bruh, I hate to say it, but I think you'd be hard pressed nowadays to find too many streamers that haven't dropped a racial slur on the internet at some point in time. At least that's how it feels as these niggas just get exposed over
Uh,
and over again.
To be honest with you, I do expect most of them to say it, but at the same time, I don't know about that. Tori said he did, but I don't want to know. Black women seem to love him right
I
now,
would
and it's
say,
very true.
hey, I've seen plenty of black girls with white boyfriends who say the N word. I ain't even real stunned. I didn't see that.
But
So what if Destiny gets a black girl, goes full wigger, full switches the N for a W, dog. Destiny got blue cornrows, nigga got on the Dickies, nigga got
did
on
I see a
fucking.
thumbnail of that before?
I have
But
no idea, but I think it would look like Sugar Sean O'Malley kind of if Destiny had
oh, shout out to
cornrows.
Chig. Thank you for joining us. But like I said,
Yeah,
I'm new to him. I'm new to a lot of this internet stuff. I don't know nothing about this, but I'm just like the only thing I was on was watching Joe Budden, and then I watched a little No Jumper interview. Depending on who they were interviewing, I couldn't deal with No Jumper too long. A few
yeah.
Vlad, depending on who it
I'm
is interview. I can't deal with Vlad too long either.
I'm an
I can't.
OG No Jumper fan. I've been down. Speaking of No Jumper though, do you see they made the big thing about House Phone sleeping with Lena before her and Adam got together?
I do want to ask you that. I do want to finish this Disney conversation, but yeah,
Oh
I
yeah.
did. But I want to
I
know,
mean,
Tori,
he did.
how would you feel about the? How did you feel, Tori? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
a lot. I feel like I'm a lot more laid back though. I wouldn't say I'm shooting for niggas that might. But if I'm really in love with a chick, you gotta remember he's getting ready to marry Lena. They don't have a kid. Um, and if you fucked her before she was my old lady, and fucking you guys are cool because it's not like there was bad blood between Lena and House Phone. No shit like that. It wasn't no. It was literally just a casual encounter. See, I still get us in there. Casual conversation, casual encounter. But no, and that was before her and Adam were together. So if it don't bother Adam, I don't see why it would bother anybody. House Phone was his homeboy. You know what I mean? Arguably, he might not have met Lena without House Phone. So I'm guessing the nigga don't. I mean, well, from what he said, he don't care. And I honestly, I don't know if I'm that nigga to care about that either. I mean, just
If
me
you
personally.
if you're the type of dude I invite to my wedding, I care.
Well, I mean that's how. But see, everyone
That's my
feels
limit. You know
differently
what I'm saying?
because
That's my
that's
limit. Like if you dude up the street that I dap up and say what's up and
no,
then walk on, I
no.
don't care
But
about
you
that.
got to think him and House Phone were friends before when he even knew Lena. Like I said, he wouldn't have met Lena without House Phone.
And it wouldn't be with dude. It'd be with I can't talk to you, Shotty.
Oh, but yeah, but I mean that's how that nigga didn't feel that way. I
He gonna
mean,
be a groom at my
and
wedding. You know what I'm
you can't
saying?
freaking
Yeah,
I couldn't believe pinning it. Like I'm not, especially if I actually care about chick. I'm not gonna end it because she fucked one of the homies. That's just not me. That's too shallow for me. I'm a scumbag, but I mean,
listen,
I'm just not easily offended. I guess. Like,
listen,
bruh, you
listen.
ain't never. I mean, it is. But I'm just saying. I'm just
By the
speaking
way, a
for me.
homie is different than a dude that's in my wedding. That's still
I
different.
mean, House
Oh,
Phone could arguably, if you were going to think of who Adam's best man
I'm
was,
just talking about for me. I'm just talking.
you
I'm
wouldn't.
talking
But
about me.
no, I'm saying House Phone fits all that criteria. Like him and House Phone's been there since Jump for No Jumper. You know what I mean? Like 2016, he was within the first fucking 20 videos Adam ever put out. House Phone was in there. He may have allegedly started out as his cocaine dealer, but a friendship and a business relationship blossomed out of it. I
Speaking
liked
of
how.
allegedly, we
Well,
got
that's
some
why.
time while later on.
But that's why I like that the split seems to be amicable. Like it's not a bunch of
Oh, that too.
House phone. But I
That,
think it was funny how Pot Lord was like, "You got fired," but then we find out, nigga, you didn't get fired. They were never paying you, bro. You can't get fired if you weren't getting paid. And just like Adam said, you cannot want to see somebody you could not want somebody on your platform and still be cool with them. It doesn't mean I hate you as a person just because I don't want to platform you. You know what I mean? But I think House Phone still does show up at the wedding. Maybe not, but I feel like he does. I mean, it's going to be in Italy. Adam's going all out. I mean, him and Lena, really, at this point, they got enough money. They ain't freaking. Them niggas ain't worried about what anybody's thinking about them. Once you're making millions of dollars a month, I feel like you really worry about people's opinions, all like that, especially when you're in the business that they're in. Like, come on.
Let's bring it back to Disney. Like I said,
Yep.
again, no
Who
jumper.
could
Disney
allegedly? Do you think Destiny's coming to No Jumper? There's been a lot of rumors saying.
Adam already told academics that he got a few shows.
Okay, that's okay.
That's why you
well,
going
it's
to LA.
good. That's Pot Lord trying to run up on Destiny would be crazy though.
Yo, but like I said, the reason. By the way, speaking of House Phone, them disrespected his wife. He goes on like, why are they in their feelings? This also goes into, again, when he's speaking to y'all, black men seem to be in their feelings.
Yeah, niggas is mad. Niggas is mad. I don't even know what word I'm looking for. Because I don't want to say sensitive, but it's like, no, niggas is mad sensitive. Like, and that's what it feels like. They just can't have hard conversations without getting in their feelings anymore.
By the way, from what Disney said, I think it's a culture thing. I think Disney lives in a gaming culture where that's not hard.
No, that shit Disney said about House Phone's mom, I'd have had to slide you.
See, that's what I'm saying, but where I'm from, you don't do that.
Yeah, bro. You can talk about anything you want except for my mom.
And I thought it was further.
And that's if we have a chance as far as the internet goes.
So it was 6 months ago. It wasn't even that long.
What? Yeah, his mom died. His mom died at the end of 2022. Like
it's even a more sensitive spot. And the thing is, like, nobody cares about your dead mom.
Bro.
I'm like that kind of
bro. But, like I said, and that's what I said when we first talked about it, though. It was a super fresh wound. Like, it's not like this nigga's mom's been dead. And I think when it comes to that, I don't think there's any amount of time that heals a wound like that. Thankfully, I've never lost a parent, but I still got my mother and my father. But I wouldn't like to imagine losing either of them, even though that's definitely going to happen at some point. But I don't feel like that's a wound that heals. I mean, even if it does heal, I don't feel like that's something you ever really, that's not going to get a rise out of anyone.
But I do want to bring up why they respect him. First off, he does the thing where they say he's protecting us. So that's the first thing.
Yeah.
And then it comes off as he's very confident where you are not as confident.
He's a drastic leftist.
Yeah. But he's more confident than you are in what you say. Yeah. And I found out one thing women like, because there's no mid-looking dude. He likes to say he's very mid-looking, but he's very confident in what he says and how he says it.
Hey, that's been half of my battle. I'm an ugly nigga, but I got enough confidence for everybody.
And I'm going to tell you the truth. If you are confident when you speak to women, it works. They know. It's like they sense blood when you're not confident. Like, or you seem thirsty. I told my little cousin, I was like, hey, listen, when you speak to a girl, first time you meet her, even if you don't see her again, it makes it better. You just shake her hand, be like, hey, for me, I do it different. You are not my person, so I wouldn't do this directly, but it's something similar to this. Shake her, hey, my name Zelmay. How you doing? And then just, did she tell you your name? Then you said, nice to meet you, and walk off. That leaves so much mystery. If they start thinking, he called me beautiful, but he didn't really stay. He didn't flirt. He just walked off.
I'm a conversating ass nigga. Hence why we have casual conversations. So I get in full blown conversations with chicks. I can't help it. I'm not a mysterious nigga. Hey, but the conversations work. Once you have a conversation, you get them laughing throughout the conversation. That's half the battle, bro. It's worked for me many a times, thankfully.
Well, I'm telling you, right there, they get some curious though, Tori. I'm just talking about this style. It's multiple styles, but I'm just talking about this style. You walk away, they get curious, they start following you around the store, you bump into them again.
I feel like our demographic's different, bro.
I date black women.
Yeah, I date white women. See, our demographic's different.
Yeah, they will bump back into you, and then you will have that conversation that Tori talking about. But they gonna follow you in the store some weird way because they're curious to see if you're paying them attention.
Okay, so see, my way just cuts out like the early part. I'm like, yo, what's happening? Because nothing's better than a random conversation, and that's one of the things that came with me. I got 4 sisters, so fucking talking to girls ain't the, you know what I mean? When you grew up in a house literally full of girls.
I'm literally shocked at how many dudes can't talk to women that way.
I mean, I'm not though, because you got to think how much actually talking has been like removed from the equation in everyday life. How many people you know that are that exact meme, like, oh, why are you calling me when you can just text me? I know so many females that are just like that. So many dudes that are just like that. Like, won't have a conversation on a phone, like only talking in text.
Yeah.
So
Like I'm like, do y'all not know? It's like an awkward couple. You ever seen a young couple just conversate with each other? It's so awkward to it. I'm like, do y'all know how to
yeah,
speak?
it is kind of crazy because they're like, you can tell they're still trying to figure each other out. You can there's a certain reservedness that younger couples have when they're in public. Like, you don't want to be like, because I'm a loud ass nigga. I'd be dying in public. Fucking it don't matter. I'm that nigga that fall out of his chair laughing so hard. And fucking thankfully the females in my life have been used to that for a very long time. Like, I'm a active nigga. I just
Tor,
be
it'd be the conversation be like, they just be walking, like, and you go around, you just hear them talk, and they be like, what do you want to eat? He's like, I don't know. Then they text, they both text, and then it'd be like, we about to go here, and they be like, okay. And I'm like, I'm just walking down the street, and I'm like, can I leave this boring conversation? I don't want to listen to this. This is the driest conversation I've ever had. I'm like, y'all finna break up.
maybe we should you, but is it impolite to ear hustle though? Are you can you be like, damn, this is a dry conversation, but you were just sort of randomly listening to a couple's conversation.
Listen, I'm trying to get up the street, bro. I don't really care what you're talking about, but you hear you be bored unless I put my earphones on.
No, see, I'm the opposite. I'm that nigga that walks around with the portable speaker in his blammy pack blasting. Got the beach pill in the blammy pack next to the blammy, just chilling. All legal. YouTube.
But this is just walking up the street close range. If I'm going a distance, I'm finna put the headphones in and not care. But this is just like, I'm walking 2 buildings over, and ain't no need to put headphones on, and I'm finna just go right into a building.
See, I be blasting the music in the store, because then they know where I'm at all times, and can't nobody give me no crazy looks like I'm trying to steal nothing or nothing. It's like, I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be a sneaky nigga, none of that. Like, you know where I'm at all points in time, because there's a nigga screaming from my fanny pack, screaming expletives and curse words all throughout your store.
Yeah, but
casual conversations, folks. They can go anywhere.
So you that loud dude in the store, Hunter. You that.
But I'm in and out though. I don't linger. But I don't need the store owners trying to stare at me. I don't need nobody thinking I'm trying to be sneaky. None of that. When you're a nigga in Indiana, white people just look at you a certain. From my experience, white people that don't know you look at you a certain type of way, and it's easier for me to just be super upfront, and if it comes off ignorant, I'd rather you think that I'm ignorant and loud than to think that I'm quiet and freaking mischievous in any way, shape, or form in your establishment.
True. Tori, what place do y'all think Tori shop at? I want y'all to know in the comments. Write down in the comments, what do y'all think Tori shop at? What store does he actively go in blasting his music? What store does Tori shop at? Afro Coming 765 right there. What store do you shop at? Let me know. By the way, y'all see it up there. Go check it out. It's QR codes.
Hit the QR codes in the corner.
And remember to also like and subscribe. A bunch of new stuff, a bunch of good stuff coming on. But Tori, speaking of all this framing and all this stuff, Brett Favre is suing Pat McAfee, and the lawyer said he don't mind if Pat McAfee goes. If he goes bankrupt, he goes bankrupt. He was so extra.
Pat McAfee said, "My money different, nigga. My money different now."
He did the rock break it off,
bruh. Hey, real nigga said, you could tell he been you could tell Rip Roger trained that nigga. His promo game something nice.
Yeah, but
shout out to Rip Rogers.
But Pat But Brett Favre is doing this frivolous lawsuit. It's got to be free. Ain't no way, bro. You are accused by newspapers and everybody.
Okay, this is what I need you to enlighten me about. Like, what thought I'm aware of the lawsuit to a certain extent. What I wasn't aware of is what the lawsuit was for.
Apparently, Brett Favre allegedly.
Okay, Brett Favre is he's a retired football player, correct?
Yes, from my alma mater, Southern Miss, in which is involved in this case.
Did he play for the Steelers or some shit like that?
He played with Green Bay Packers.
Okay, so I don't know football.
So allegedly, what he did was after he retired, he took money from the welfare department, over millions of dollars, and gave it to. Well, some of them they say he kept a little bit of it. I don't know if that's true. I haven't read the whole story, but he did give some to the Southern Miss volleyball team, and they built a stadium off of it, in which he put in his name, but as he was giving it to the school. But apparently, they said it's from allegedly the welfare fund, in which he's taking money from poor people, the poorest in the state of Mississippi, which is also the poorest state, which is also added on. And so
that's crazy.
And Pat McAfee always says allegedly, and then makes fun of Brett Favre for stealing from poor people.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Allegedly. And then Shannon Sharp went off on Brett Favre, and then he's suing the auditor who was auditing him, which is the strangest thing I've ever seen. The guy who was literally, Shad White, who was my brother's friend, by the way. They went to school together at Ole Miss. And he's the auditor of the state. And he's like, you've been stealing money. Time to go to jail. We're about to sue you. And so Brett Favre sued him first, apparently. And he like, instead of spending all your money trying to sue me, you should just pay this money back.
Yeah, how you gonna sue a government official for doing their job, or is it an independent auditor?
Oh, that's
because I don't feel like you can you just sue government officials for doing their job?
Apparently,
that's what made me wonder if it was a. But either way, that sounds. No,
he was elected official. He was elected. They voted him in.
Okay, so yeah, how's that work?
Tori, this case probably getting thrown out.
Okay, just making sure. I was like, how is this working though? Because but do you see what I'm saying? Because I'm not a college-educated gentleman. I barely made it through high school, but yeah.
But yeah, first off, the lawsuit Shannon Sharp and Pat McAfee directly was reporting a report that was written by him, but he didn't sue the people that was written. It was written by, which is very strange.
Oh, so he didn't sue the people that wrote the article, but he's going to sue people that talked about it?
Yeah, them two talked about the article, and he sued them, which is very strange.
Are these just like defamation claims?
Yeah, defamation.
That's crazy.
I guess what the argument would be is
it's not defamatory if it's true.
Which he also has to prove that it's true that he didn't do it, which is he already paid, I think, $200,000 back, which is very interesting.
Well, that's an admission of guilt, nigga. If you're paying it back, obviously you took it. I ain't paying shit back that I didn't steal.
Tori, he's losing this case. I don't know how he could possibly.
Oh, well, that's good, but
I don't know what is also
because how much was the contract that Pat just signed with Spotify? It was hundreds of millions of dollars.
Pat good. That's all you need to Pat good.
I know, but I'm saying you got to think of all the different, and he owns like I think he owns a building in Indianapolis. He owns freaking. Of course, he's getting paid from the WWE, getting paid from Sirius, getting paid from Spotify or whatever.
Well, not Sirius anymore, but he's getting paid by college football ESPN.
Oh, well, that's better.
Let's go answer a lot of big question. Are black men more attracted to white women or black women? Historically, they say black women, because that's the number that black people marry the most. So about a large margin too. It's like 80% black men marry black women. So
I believe that.
Even though I think as a young age,
though I am thankful. I'm thankful for all the considering I wouldn't be here without interracial relations. Shout out to interracial relations.
I will say this though. That's marriage. A lot of black men do date white women early on in their life.
Yeah.
There's a large number of black men date white women at an early age in their life. So this question might be based on age, because I noticed once I'm in my 30s that most of my friends who even dated white girls now date only black women.
I've been with maybe 4 black women in my whole life. I can't even stat. I've
But
almost dated exclusively white women, but I'm
have you
also.
noticed that though? Have you noticed that like the younger you are, both black men date white women, but the older they get, they mostly start.
But I think from my, and this might sound bad, but I think from my perspective, where I grew up in a house full of black women, you know what I mean? Because me and my older sisters have a different mother. They're not mixed. They're actually black. So I think growing up around black women like might have discouraged me from trying to date black women. I'm just talking about me personally.
Are you blaming your black sisters for making you regret what?
That my black sisters might be why I date white women, and I don't regret that remotely. That's just who I. Black women don't find me attractive apparently, and I mean I'm not going out of my way to check for them, so I mean I can't be offended by any of that. But no, I was just saying for me personally, I think that might be a better question for a larger panel than 1.5 black men, considering I am half white.
But from my perspective, usually black men date white women younger and then older. Like none of my best friend in high school dated mostly all white girls and ended up marrying a black woman.
But I feel like that goes down to like the demographic of like, because I feel like where you live in Mississippi, I feel like there's a lot more black people there than there are here in Indiana. You know what I mean?
Oh, yes.
Like white people thoroughly outnumber us in India. But see, I feel like there's a lot of like country, like
I think it's like 37% black, 42% white, which is almost even.
I was gonna say that's way closer to even than it here is in Indiana. At least that's what it feels like. Because there's just, but I'm never one to judge somebody for their preference. If you like, and I ain't hell, honestly, I'm a scumbag. We don't discriminate.
In Indiana, it is 82% white,
Yeah.
9% black. Let's see.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot more. There's just, I mean, so I'm just saying from my perspective, my surroundings, I guess that's why I've almost dated exclusively white women. There's a lot more of them than there are black.
This number don't went down because all the black people in Mississippi went to Houston, but it don't went up. It's 56% white, 36% black. It was 42% black, but I even know it's down to 36%.
Yeah.
So that's a lot closer to 82 to 9.
Yeah, but see that makes sense. So you understand my perspective a little better then.
Yeah. So
when most of the fish in the sea are whitefish, you get that appetite for whitefish.
Shout out to Ludwig for the question.
Yeah.
But speaking of that,
we need to come on Mogul Moves or the Yard. Shout out Ludwig.
What is Ludwig, not Ludwig.
Oh, dang.
I hope I'm saying your name right.
Ludovic.
Yeah, you can correct this if you want. Which that leads into our other question that Tori brought up. It was a school. What age, Tori, where they were doing blackface?
Yeah, it had to have been like a preschool because they were it was a 2-year-old, but then apparently they said that there were younger groups doing it as well, but it was a school in Miami. I'm guessing a daycare center. But yeah, there was a woman. I'm thinking that she was Indian. I do believe. I don't know. I wouldn't swear to it. But yeah, and apparently the school seemed very nonchalant about it. And she said she didn't even want the woman fired, but it doesn't feel like she got in any trouble at all. And if it was multiple classes, because you don't have 1-year-olds in the same, like daycare centers separate kids by age. So if it was just in multiple classes where they felt, but it's Florida at the end of the day is what I chalked it up to. But I thought it was super interesting that she didn't get suspended from work. She didn't nothing. They were just like, sorry about that. I mean, we may have threw blackface on a couple of the kids in honor of Black History Month, but I'm really interested on your take on it.
I thought it. You can't blame the kids. The kids don't know no better.
No, they're two and one. Bro, come on. This is completely and totally all on the adults.
Like, do they not realize that's not like social good behavior? It's like being like unaware
This is
of
why
what
niggas be scared of Florida, bro. This is why people talk so bad about Florida. Shit like this.
Ron DeSantis also is saying, because he's arguing with the college board
I
of
think it's
the
crazy
state.
that the woman said she didn't even want the teacher to get fired. No, fire that bitch. She over here putting kids in blackface. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like we doing like white people do weird things for Black History Month. Like this is just like y'all act too much. Liberal or conservative, it's all strange. Like
They have to be to the extreme with it. You're either extremely in favor of it and you look crazy. You're wearing a dashiki. You got the hotep whole outfit on, nigga, ready. Your fist constantly perched right on your waist so you can throw it up at the perfect angle, or you're so thoroughly against it, you got like a M16 that's got the Confederate flag on it, and freaking you let your dogs roam the neighborhood and shit like that. You know what I'm talking about. It's either one extreme or the other for some reason. I'm like, God,
like just bow down. I bow down to you, black man. I love you, black man. I'm like, what is this weirdness? Be normal. It's like
we're still people here.
If you watch the movie You People, which by the way, this is my quick synopsis of it. I absolutely love most people in the movie. I found that.
How do you feel about the CGI kiss?
It was strange. Lauren London character was in The Mother, which was played by what's the name from SNL?
The blonde one.
No,
I haven't watched the movie. I've only seen clips. I haven't watched the movie. It is on my.
Is funny.
That's what I heard. It's in my little to watch list on Netflix. I just haven't yet.
Julia Louis Dreyfus.
Oh man, she's sexy. You should have just said it. You should have just said Elaine from Seinfeld.
I should have said Elaine.
Why did you just say? I was gonna say, nigga. You try. Well, damn. Think if you're younger, Seinfeld was a somewhat funny show of the '90s. That's highly overrated in my opinion. But Elaine was sexy back then. What does that say about me that I thought Elaine was sexy? I really do like white women. That's crazy. I'd still knock down Mary Louise Dreyfus to this day.
Yeah, but the problem was, we're gonna just call it Elaine. Her and Lauren London had this interaction in which it was like, it was a great thing because they pointed out this, but they tried to make it something that didn't seem like you tried to show me as a black woman that you can show off to your friends. I'm like, no, she just seemed like the weird mother who got too involved in her friends in her kid's life and wanted to be around you too much and didn't understand your culture and tried to do way too much. I think you read way too much into it. But then she gave an apology and said exactly, I'm sorry for not seeing you as a human and trying to just fit in too much and being in the way rather than being with. I'm like, everything is perfect except for this weird line that Lauren London said that I thought was just very strange. I'm like, why would you add that part? Because her daughter is gay and she tried to do the same thing with her daughter, which throws off the whole point. When she's like, oh, look, I got a gay daughter. I'm cool. And I'm like, oh, she doing that weird thing. And I'm like, oh, she just trying to fit in.
Hey, look, I got a gay daughter. Is wild.
Yeah, that's what she was doing and thing. Like, she's gay. And I'm like, why are you doing it? What's this?
I'm an ally.
Yeah, it's like weird. And I'm
That's
like,
crazy.
And then there was his trans friend, Jonah Hill, trans friend, was going in and they were talking and one time and just in a random conversation.
I almost took us into it. You mentioned this trans person. It almost segued us back into a no jumper conversation. But bad joke. Sorry, casual conversation. Carry on.
But the thing was, the friend was like, just came in out of nowhere. I just want y'all to paint the picture of the friend because it ain't even nothing about it. But he was like, black people and white people can never get along. Like, but he knows that he's engaged to a black woman. And the friend just randomly says this on a podcast. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why is this so random? Is he a bad friend?
Yeah.
Like, why would you say it will never work? We are two.
Never ever.
And I'm like, and my author brain was like, you could have said this in the first part of the show, and then he thought about it later on, and then asked him, like, what did you mean by that when you said it early on? Because instead it just makes it friend like a jerk who just randomly just like, your relationship gonna fail. And I'm like, and he's engaged to her by this point. So I'm like, oh, so he knows that you are about to get married to a black woman. He just randomly brings this up like a week before the wedding. Why did y'all write this? This is a terrible friend.
I don't know. That plays into the that plans into the scandalous LGBTQ member stereotype. You know what I mean? Gossip, two-face, stabby, that whole thing.
Other than that problem as me as author brain, which if y'all ain't noticed, I notice every little detail, which also which annoys me because I'm like, why did you put this here and not in the beginning before they were dating so that could actually be brought up again? They used it as like a trope to get him through the story to get to a point where they can do this little thing, but I'm like, it doesn't make sense. Like, what friend would do this knowing they engaged? He was literally just at the bachelor's party. Like, so I know he knows they getting married.
Yeah, damn, when you put it like that.
Why would you say
that's just a bad friend. That's just a bad friend. It's like, nigga, fuck you.
Yeah. And then he's like, what you mean when you said that? I'm like, you could have just put this at the beginning before they even dated. Had it set up, and then it'd be like, you know, about a year ago, you said that black people and white people can't get along. And then it makes sense.
But you got to think, it's a Netflix movie, so you're not trying to get like this. You don't want this whole long, drawn out, like.
You just switched the scene to the beginning, man. You don't have to do nothing else.
Apparently, the director wasn't feeling that.
The
feng shui was off.
You could just
like I said, I haven't seen the movie. I'll watch it at some point. Freaking. But
Eddie Murphy was hilarious.
I saw the CGI kiss. I was like, damn. I mean, I respect the fact that she didn't want to, if she didn't feel comfortable kissing him. But another part of me is like, you're an actor, bro. Like this is like base level shit. Like in high school, like stage kisses and.
It felt off color because I know that Lauren London won't date Jonah Hill. No offense, Jonah Hill, but look at her dating history. Look at her dating history. You are not the type of dude she did.
Yeah, but that's so funny though. That's what made it. Jonah Hill is the complete opposite of Nipsey Hussle. Like literally, Nipsey Hussle was the tall, black, cornrows. You know what I mean? Jonah Hill's short, white, freaking in a lot better shape than he once was.
They made that movie. Yo, she was Muslim and he was Jewish, and I was like, this is y'all make sure to make this to make this the most opposite couple ever.
Most definitely.
Oh, this is my spoiler review, so I don't care if you spoil it. So you should have seen it.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's on my watch list. I'll get to it at some point.
I didn't even tell no big parts of the story, but that's just it. I thought that was very strange.
I'll be smoking weed. I won't remember half of what we said after this anyways. So it'll still be new to me.
But you don't notice it when you see it. Every time
I've seen the clips. Like I said, that's how I saw the CGI kiss. I've seen like little clips from the movie.
My friends get mad when I tell them stuff in movies and then they watch it back and then they notice it and they be like, nah, it's bothering me. But I'm also upset that Lush don't turn his whole body when he looks over. So I'm a weird dude.
Yeah. You should go to the subreddit. That's where they get off weird problems like that. The No Jumper subreddit is where everyone's got these. The No Jumper subreddit is wild, bro. That's where I saw that video. Pop Lord pushing that chick over. I don't know if that's actually his current wife or not. I don't know how old that video was, but it was hilarious because that nigga looked at the camera like he knew he fucked up. I can't believe you ain't never been. The No Jumper subreddit is one of the most toxic subreddits.
I've been posting them that Adam 22 is becoming Brendan Schaub. They hate Adam in this subreddit.
Yeah.
House Phone basically tweeted at 4:16 today that he'll come back and out-rap everybody in No Jumper.
That's because they were talking about the No Jumper cipher on the news today, and they were talking about who is the nicest rapper at No Jumper, because you know T-Rail's a rapper, AD, Lush, House Phone when he was there, which like I said, he's still on good terms with Adam and everything. Like they don't hate each other. House Phone just didn't feel like he should be on the platform anymore. And Blasey came with House Phone, and they had said long before any of this shit ever happened, both of them niggas said if one of us leaves, then we both leave. But that goes back to because Blasey was originally with Cam Girl, who's one of the original people on No Jumper back in the day. But like I said, I'm an old school no jumper fan. I've been a fan for a minute, so I'm all in on the drama. But yeah, house phone. The question on
This comment. Fine. Flacco plays like when you hop in the pool with shorts and they
maybe on Flacco's head.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious to me.
You gotta be careful with subreddit though. There can be some corn out of nowhere.
I clicked it. I clicked it specifically. I know. I clicked it directly. I know. I made sure I wasn't able to go down up. So
because it is the no jumper subreddit, and you gotta.
Well, I want to show y'all this, and then me and Tori gonna talk about one more thing. I guess I don't know if we might not, but then we'll get out of here. Look, I want y'all to all see this. This is amazing right here. Let me play. This is Jason Kelce and Travis Kelce. They was in the Super Bowl, and
I didn't know who these niggas were.
They brothers, and this is their reaction on their podcast after Jason Kelce, who you see right here, lost to his younger brother Travis Kelce. I just need a feel good moment in casual conversation. This is our feel good moment.
The moment I saw Mom is when I got really emotional because, man, it was so awesome. It was
all right now.
Yeah. Oh man. It was awesome for, she was on top of the world for a week.
She was the heavyweight champ, man. She was on top of it, and she shined the whole time, man. That was the coolest part. Mom, you absolutely killed it. Dad, you've been killing it.
Yep. Just so cool, man, to see, her get to celebrate in that with.
I'm with you, brother.
It was an awesome moment. Just so happy for her and so happy that, she got her moment. Dad got his. So, yeah, I was the only, ironically, you lose the Super Bowl and you're crying after the game and they're not tears of sadness. They're tears of joy.
Shout out to the Kelce brothers. Had a big Super Bowl weekend. Shout out to Mama Kelce. Donna Kelce. She was amazing. She had this thing with both her sons' jersey on. One played for the Eagles, one played for the Chiefs. It was an amazing moment. I thought I put some feel good in here after we done talked about.
Can I be okay? I'm the heel of this podcast, right? Didn't nobody care about Mama Kelce at the Fenty Bowl? Let's be honest.
Tori, that's a good story. What's wrong?
That shit was about Rihanna. Did you see, nigga? 183 million people to 113 million people, bruh. How you lose millions of people once Rihanna was done? Oh, at the Super Bowl, they ain't even stay to watch the game, nigga.
Well, you got a bunch of women that ran into.
I'm just saying that was a crazy drop. I saw that number. I was like, that is a wild drop off, bruh.
I told her Rihanna is a billionaire for a reason.
Most I just thought that especially, but no, I thought it was more ironic to the fact that how many people hated it, that it was still so much more. You know what I mean?
Well, most of the people that watch don't never leave at the Super Bowl. And then you add a bunch of women that watch and then come like 113 million. We argue about wrestling getting 1 million.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I was just talking about that big.
You know what I'm saying, Joe?
You know what I mean?
It is a lot of women that love Rihanna. People don't
I believe it.
Rihanna is.
Like I said, from that,
I didn't know Rihanna was that big.
I did, bruh. Rihanna's she got hits, but I was surprised. I was surprised at how much hate she got. Like
Donald Trump said to hate, so they had to hate.
I guess, but I was like, damn, these motherfuckers is going hard.
By the way, most of the hate is gonna be people that's watching the Super Bowl anyways.
Yeah, but I feel like the only words I had, I was like, man, she could have had, because Jay-Z was there. He couldn't have popped up for Umbrella.
Joe, This dude right here was so big. Like Kanye should have showed up. I'm like, there is no way on earth
Nah,
the NFL
nah.
was invite Kanye.
That stage and inspiration from Kanye was as close as he was getting to coming on stage for the fucking Super Bowl halftime show. That nigga is a
Kanye had
brand. That
no.
nigga is a whole brand risk and a half, nigga. The sponsors
Kanye,
would have. The
it
sponsors
would have
would have been
got
like, "You
200
gotta."
million, but it was got
Oh yeah,
everything.
but the sponsors would have been like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
Logan Paul's Prime commercial would have been the only commercial that went on.
I'm just saying, Joe. Like I'm just saying, people. There's people like, and then I was like, what songs do she have that's with people? It's either gonna be you either gotta get Eminem, Jay-Z, Kanye, or Chris Brown, and or Drake. I don't think she likes Drake.
I think a lot of people were just holding it like they were expecting what they got last year. You know what I mean? Only in like
But she
the
don't have
form of.
songs. But you got Dr. Dre, who literally has a whole group of people who
Yeah,
he does.
bruh. 50
Rihanna
Cent,
doesn't have most
50
people.
Cent popped out doing the upside down on the pull-up bar, like in
It
from
was a
in the
song
club.
made by Dr. Dre.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. But we know Hope. She has a song with Hope. We know Hope was there. He was in attendance.
She played one of the songs, so
I know, but he didn't even. And then people were hating on her because she played All the Lights, which is still a fucking banger. Like, I understand we hate Kanye, but All the Lights is still a fucking banger.
She played Kanye's song, got hate for it. That's all you need to know how much. And I'm just
like
saying,
I said, that's the only part of it that I watched. I was like the bitches in that regard. I tuned in for the halftime show.
See,
Like,
you won up, Dora. You won. So you won the people. You won the 70.
Yeah, I was one of the drop off viewers. I was like, it's over now.
You know what I'm saying? So
but
you
I heard it, but I don't watch football. I do watch cultural events like the.
I think a lot of
show.
I think the halftime show always outdoes the Super Bowl because a lot of people that don't watch football watch the halftime show.
Yeah,
it's always a spectacle. By the way,
I mean, it's always a crazy ass concert, and usually from an artist that doesn't do concerts all that much.
It's always the biggest artist too. They don't never, and people are shocked she didn't get paid. I'm like, didn't Dr. Dre tell y'all?
No, I don't think nobody gets paid though, dude.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think anyone gets paid.
Bro, she had 183 million people watch her.
I would say it's worth it. That's better promo. That's better promo than most people are ever going to get in their life.
They showed the weekend stats. I think it was the weekend after he did the Super Bowl. They said his
streaming album, probably went through the roof.
They said his streaming numbers went 200% up. So
I believe it. Because think what percentage of those 83 million or however many million people that tuned in just for that, fucking. After listening to all those songs, went to their Spotify or whatever they listened to, added those songs to their playlists. Bada bing, bada boom.
If you've never heard the song, you like, I like this song. You go back and get it. If you heard the song, you're like, oh, I remember this old song she used to play.
Yeah, the nostalgia factor. But I just think, I don't know why people just.
And then you get paid off that too, Tor. You get paid off the extra.
Oh yeah, the streams. I was saying.
So you got paid. It's just you didn't get paid from them, which.
Exactly.
So they like, yo, listen, how many times in your life you gonna have 180-something million people watch you?
Yeah, bro, that's different.
TV gets no viewership now. Raw is literally like the number one thing on cable TV.
And you got to think, what percentage of people watched the Super Bowl? Because I watched a random free trial on an app. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like even with like the ESPN shit. Now, if they show that shit for free, how many people are just watching the Super Bowl halftime show on their phone? They ain't even paying for cable.
And you can watch on Aiden Ross stream, in which he could possibly get sued. By the way, people don't know. Ads cost like $100 to $800 just to be on a regular show that's getting like Super Bowl ads have to be amazing.
Like 10, 15 million, $20 million fucking
to get viewership, and they pay by the thousands.
I can't remember the number, but I feel like in a recent podcast, Logan Paul, the one that they just had after the Super Bowl, they were watching the Super Bowl, but they were in Australia or some shit, so they were watching it.
Just imagine
He said how much money he spent for the commercial, and I know it had to have been 8 figures, bro.
So imagine that, right? And then imagine if
for a single run though.
So imagine if every person that advertised decided to sue Aiden Ross.
That's crazy.
Then just imagine if the NFL themselves sue you. You would be. I don't care what your company be. You will be in trouble.
Steak ain't got that kind of money.
And he went on. And the thing about Aiden is he went on Kick talking about they have no terms of service. We can do whatever we want. You think
That shit cracked me up.
But I was
I
wondering.
laughed so hard.
He said,
I'll still stream on Twitch though, if you guys want me to.
So I do got a question though. How
I might
often,
have an answer.
How long you think before companies start realizing what Kick is? Because I know the response.
I think as long as it takes for it to get super big, like the first crazy boom that they have, like if Andrew Tate gets out of jail, goes to Kick, it's done. I think once they start getting like super sick viewership or fucking some real people, like more than just Aiden, I think once
he called Kai and Gideon to try to join. I'm like, okay, now you're getting the 300,000.
I was gonna say once you get a few more bigger streamers on, I think that's when it comes in. That's when you've got real viewership. That's when you're actually taking noticeable money from them.
I was telling my friend, I think right now that even they like, you think Aiden Ross gonna be sued? I'm like, it's gonna be at a limit, but I don't know because I think the old.
I think they sue the website down before they sue Aiden.
It depends on how much if they want to go to the government and try to go overseas to try to tell them to take an island out, or can I sue the dude that's right here directly and just get it over with?
Oh.
Like, dude, what do I? Because like I said earlier, if the government want to take you down, they gonna take you down. But I'm wondering because I don't know if they care enough right now. Because I'm
that's why I was saying it's gonna take more than just Aiden. I feel like.
But I feel like the old people be like, "What's a kick?" That's the first thing they hear. But then they heard that all of a sudden 800,000 people because Castanet, Gideon, all the AMP, Uniqo, and everybody started doing. And then you see 1 million people that watched it live on Twitch. You're like, "Oh, who taking my money?" Not what.
Like I said, if the top G gets out, it's over.
You don't think they did? But Tor, I mean, Aiden Ross did say he's gonna do it before he did.
I was gonna say he said he was gonna do it before he did it.
So I think he didn't knowingly break down.
I think people are just taking the no terms of service shit like too literally. They're like, there's no terms of service, bro.
I think it's because they don't directly have to deal with it because most companies just call Twitch and be like, take this down or we're gonna sue you, and Twitch like, okay, and they don't have to deal with it. So they don't think about it. But I'm like, yo, if you do realize that a company could directly sue you because you did it. They don't have to sue the website. It's just easier to tell the website to take it down.
Pirating laws are a thing.
But the problem with Kick is, like I said, Stake is not based in America. So it's actually easier to sue you than it is to probably deal with that. So, and I think Kick knows it too, so they don't care. Like if we gave you 150 million, you can just take it all, and they're gonna take it all.
I was gonna say that's on you. That's on you.
Like Twitch is an American company. Somebody can do a call like take this down.
Twitch is the Amazon at the end of the day.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? We know how Jeff Bezos gets down.
Amazon took something in the Amazon site because somebody on the Amazon site put up an Amazon Prime movie on it when they didn't supposed to, and they took their own site down. Amazon Prime. So I think so.
Jeff Bezos don't play.
But what I'm saying is, like I said on Kick, I actually told Joe to go in there and just watch Milfman or something and try to get off and then bring it back to YouTube.
I don't know. I mean,
I don't think
who knows? I was gonna say I don't know if Milf Maynard's coming at you all extra hard like the NFL or something. But the live sports is a different thing, bro. Like, because then you got to think about the networks. Think about the networks that are actually paying to have these sports there, and then you're showing it. It's gonna be. I feel like the networks get at you before the NFL does.
You got Fox, you got the NFL, you got all the people that paid all the people that paid for thousands of viewers that they didn't get because they watched on your platform. So every one of them can sue you. So you just got a whole thing. I think. I don't know if
it just makes you it makes you liable for a lot. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I'm praying he don't get. But I'm telling y'all right now, I'm one of y'all. Do not go on that site. Think y'all finna watch the Super Bowl because, and once they start noticing.
Hey, if he tries to watch UFC, it might be over. But I don't know. Dana White, Aiden's cool with Dana White, so.
No, I don't care how cool it is. You ain't showing my pay-per-view for free on your website to 100,000 people. They could have bought it. I don't care how cool we are. You know better.
I don't think he'd do it with the UFC because he is cool with Dana White.
I'm just telling y'all.
But I
It's a
think Dana White would be the first nigga that does it with a lot of people that does it with a UFC fight. I think Dana might come for him because Dana's like nigga, and I got slap fight. I got what's it called? Damn.
That's what's in them.
Have you watched any of that Power Slap? That's what it's called. Have you watched
It's a horrible
Power?
show.
Bruh, I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, and crucify me if you want, internet. I sort of enjoy watching it.
So this the most.
I'm gonna watch it after Dynamite tonight. I'm not gonna lie. Once we get off of here,
180,000 people that watch this show.
Once we get off of here, I'm gonna watch the end of. I'm gonna watch the end of Dynamite, and then I'm probably gonna watch Power Slap. I'm not gonna lie. There's just some. It's like watching a car wreck. There's just some sick fat because you know how horrible like the damage that these people could be taking. Like it's different. And people think just because it's a slap, like, no, that kind of crazy trauma is. But, man, there are some sick knockouts, bruh. Like, there's more knockouts in Power Slap than in the UFC, damn near, I'd wager. Once they get a few more. On average.
They can't defend themselves, so they have to
I know, and that's part of the – but – it takes a certain amount of discipline to just not out of sheer instinct jerk away. Like I don't think I could let someone haul off and smack me full force in the face. Like I'm gonna attack them. It's instinct, or I'm gonna try and move out of the way. It's crazy because they have them hold the bar behind them so they can't put their hand up or anything. But you gotta, yeah. I don't know why. It's just some sick fascination. It's definitely a guilty pleasure of mine.
Yo,
casual conversations.
That Andrew Tate report said they seized all his Bitcoin. I'm like, how do you seize Bitcoin?
Yeah.
That report was strange.
They got the password. They got the passwords to his wallet.
And they just went and just seized it.
That's crazy. There's just some nigga with a hard drive that's got all of Andrew Tate's Bitcoin on it right now. They just opened his wallet and fucking took all his crypto. Finna auction off all his cars and shit.
Like I said, if those women are lying, they should be in jail.
But yeah, bro. This is crazy. If they're lying,
because this, like I said, this is a lot of perfectly written storytelling.
Yeah, like the transcripts look like that's a wild ass WhatsApp. But I was wondering, does WhatsApp have audio? Because if it's an audio transcript of like what they were saying, that would explain why the grammar is all good. But I don't know if WhatsApp. I don't think I've ever used WhatsApp, so I don't know if they have audio or not.
I don't know either, but
because I thought that it was a transcript
from converse in like correct English. I think that's even less likely.
Well, no, but I'm saying if it was just getting like I don't know, bro.
Listen, my video about Andrew Tate has nothing to do with this case. That's the police job, and we'll find out if he's innocent or guilty. My video is going to be about how he particularly attacks desperate young men.
Have you noticed the irony of the fact that he's talked about how in good he is with the corrupt Romanian government and this and that, and now that same government that he's claimed is so corrupt has his life in their hands? Like, is that irony only lost on? Is that lost on everyone but me? I just think that's so wild. Like, worst case scenario, you talked about how horribly shady this government is, and now you're in their prison system.
Calling them shady is ironic.
Yeah.
Like, look at this corrupt system. I'm like, bro, you called him corrupt.
He said that's why he came there, why he came to Romania from Great Britain or wherever. He was like, I came over here because I know they're not going to charge me for none of this or that and that. And he's said multiple times how he's in good with the mob and he knows guys that, you know what I mean? This is all public record. You've all probably seen it on TikTok or YouTube or one of the millions of other sites that his team religiously posted his clips.
Yes. It's a strange thing. I don't know. Like I said,
if he gets out though, bruh, if he finds a way to get out of this, he's gonna be next level, like blow up. Like this is gonna reinforce his fucking fandom's whole being like, oh, look, he escaped the Matrix. They tried to hold him down. He got out. Now he's back on top G. Da, 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 da. Yeah,
Tor,
bro.
if we commit crimes, can we just blame it on the Matrix?
If we have 7 Bugattis, we can try.
What if we don't buy them? What if we just get like somebody to Andrew Tate, bro, I will support. Just give us 7 Bugattis and then we're going to claim it's the Matrix too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, send a Bugatti to the crib, and I will definitely get on here and be like, yeah, the Matrix is trying to hold the top G down. Free the top G.
Well, we committing crimes too. Let's go commit some crimes.
I don't know if I'm committing crimes for a Bugatti. Okay.
Tor, you commit crime for a lot less. Quit.
Oh shit! You got a point. I definitely commit crimes for a Bugatti, but allegedly.
This is jokes, you two. I know y'all.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is all hypothetical questioning.
We got the jumper editor going in, just reviewing the words.
Like clipping the shit out of it, make it sound like we're doing all kinds of illegal stuff.
We got the no jumper editor out here in the skip, like finding certain language, not getting sarcasm.
Dang, when there becomes a overall 99 clips channel that you have nothing to do with, you know we made it.
And overall 99 Reddit, I hate.
Damn. Oh. No, I always thought Joe would be the one that would get super hated in the Reddit.
What did Reddit say about Joe?
I don't know. It wouldn't be anything nice. But
they'll love BMT.
I was gonna say they might love. But it can go either way. But you gotta
they
remember,
might hate Bunty.
The no jumper Reddit started off very positive, and I don't know what it is. It's just as no jumper got bigger, it is a super. I don't think it's fighter in the kid levels of bad, but there was a point where Adam got locked out of the subreddit. Like they hacked it, and somebody took control as the head moderator and shit.
Who would get the most hate in our group from a Reddit? I think Monte.
I figured it might be me, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm kind of a DJ, so the internet might.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Tor. Me and you are probably the most popular people on this channel. I'm just gonna be Tori. Don't lie and pretend like you ain't got like a little fan group that say Afro Cam. For some reason, they keep calling you Afro Cam. They want to wear your skin.
That's a different kind of. I don't know if that's the kind of fandom we're shooting for. shout out to
Army, it's a scumbag army.
Yeah, but no. I just the fighter in the kid subreddit got so nasty so fast. Like that's literally just like it's their own personal Brendan Schaub hate group. I don't think it's gotten to that levels in no jumper yet, but it's gotten close at some times, and they be getting nasty. Like they bring their old ladies and shit into it. Now you get banned for that shit. You can't bring up the significant others of the talent, or you get banned.
As you should.
Yeah, you can't bring niggas' families into shit. You can talk about me all you want, but leave them family out of it. You know what I mean? That type shit. But
Tori, you want to ask who be the most hated person on our subreddit? Would it be Joe or Monte?
See, I feel like it could be Joe, but it would be Monte just because he wouldn't care.
What they judge everything? That's what.
Because Joe would act like he wouldn't care, but then eventually Joe gets this passive aggressive streak, and then we see the tweets start running, and then next thing you know, that nigga's in the subreddit arguing with niggas. I think Monte would be able to ignore it a little bit better, so it probably wouldn't get us. Because that's when the downfall happens. Once you stop just reading the subreddit and start engaging the subreddit. Like Lush made that mistake. He be getting in there and engaging with the subreddit. Like, nah, bro, you got to just read that shit. Because once you go in, it's a whole different ball game.
That's true, Monte. You saying Joe is like academic?
I'm just saying Joe will go. Joe, if they go low, Joe will go with them. That's what I'm saying.
Follow him. You see the link below. Y'all see up there, that's for y'all on Facebook and everywhere else, there's the tip me thing, so you can go give us a tip. Well, also, if you on YouTube, you got the super chat. even though you can still do the tip me, you know what I'm saying? I get it, that support us more than anything else. But the thing that support us most is if you like and subscribe, please do that. That's good. I'd rather do advertising than ask y'all for money because we not
Hit the
characters.
buttons.
So just
It's
give us that
free.
like and subscribe. And then all of a sudden, as we go off the air, get that merch. You see, it's going to be 2 QR codes. It's the merch and the tip here. So the merch is going to stay up there till while we in. Tori, any last word?
Follow me on Twitter, AfroComedy765. Friday, Just a Fan Wrestling. We'll be talking about the Elimination Chamber. It's going to be lit. We'll have some little what we think. Sammy's been doing a hell of a press run in Montreal in this lead up, so it'll be fun. Smackdowns from Montreal this week as well, leading into Elimination Chamber. So, like I said, Friday, Just a Fan Wrestling, and yeah, Afro Comedy 765 on everything.
All right, I think y'all. My mic has went to my other mic, but it's cool. It sounds absolutely atrocious. But we about to end the show. You can find me all the links below. So just go down that link tree below. Just go look at the link. You see 99 Unscores. Maybe you see Uniqo Williams. You see Afro Cummings, and you see Munbury Hudson. And also, don't forget, we love and we cherish our people at the GGC Mafia. Shout out to Joe. It's the most hated man in the subreddit. Look at that. How can you hate that face?
Yeah, Joe's a good nigga, but that's why they get him, because he's a good nigga. That's why Joe would get got by the subreddit.
Yeah. I appreciate y'all, and as y'all know how we end the show, answering the question as soon y'all will all know.